utilize those vicious knees in the Muay Thai clinch.
Chuck has a significant reach advantage in this fight. And you see, Chuck loves to counter. He likes the aggressive style of a guy like Wanderlei who wades in like that.
Chuck's ability to be in retreat mode and deliver a knockout blow is better than anybody's in the world. If you don't believe me, ask Babalu.
Yeah, he can deliver knockout power from very odd angles.
This right here is respect.
Yeah, this is certainly a feeling out process.
Both have always been quick to recognize the other's talents and stardom, but both have always said, I want to fight.
Well, you know what, Mike? These are two dogs that have been staring through the cage at each other for a long time.
Great way to put it. Chuck trying to lead with that jab, Joe.
Oh, good leg kick by Wanderlei.
Wanderlei backing up. Oh! Wanderlei playing a little possum. Wanderlei trying to counter. Chuck looking early for a finish.
Chuck going for the head kick.
Wanderlei laid back and then exploded. Chuck trying to set up that big right hand again.
Chuck is stalking Wanderlei here.
Chuck pushing
big right hand by Chuck.
Coming over the top.
Man, did he throw it into that one.
Chuck's really using the jab right now. And the one thing that was talked about in breaking down this fight by the many who have done it is that Chuck wanted to maintain a distance, create angles, and not let Wanderlei get inside. And he's keeping Wanderlei away with the jab, Joe.
Well, his advantage surely is the reach and his counterpunching ability. Wanderlei's advantage is his versatility, his leg kicks, and if it goes to the ground, Wanderlei has an advantage in submissions. I believe that Chuck has the advantage in knockout power with one punch as well.
Wanderlei tries to answer. Attack with the teep, Chuck Liddell. We've seen some kicks from Chuck, something that you and I have talked about we haven't seen in a long time, Joe.
Well, he's very versatile. I mean, Chuck can attack with more, but he's got so much success knocking guys out with punches that that's primarily what he focuses on in his fights.
Caught him, 1-2, boom, boom. Both of them, you saw the hip snap back on 2 occasions. Liddell with the right.
He really charged in with that one.
Oh, simple with a counter.
And smiled.
Well, we said they'd go toe-to-toe and swing, and here we go. Now it's starting to pick up.
If I was in Wanderlei's corner, I would be telling him to concentrate on leg kicks. That's what we saw in the Keith Jardine fight. The Keith was very effective after landing a lot of kicks.
Absolutely.
But Wanderlei is being drawn into a punching exchange with Chuck, where I think he has a disadvantage.
Remember, this is a non-title fight, so it is scheduled for 3 5-minute rounds. 40 seconds remains in round 1. Wanderlei has not gotten inside at all yet, Joe. And he's eaten some punches again.
Keith Jardine was very successful in the bout with Chuck Liddell by taking Chuck out of his game by landing a lot of leg kicks and body kicks.
Such a huge fight for Chuck Liddell tonight.
Wanderlei landed a left, Chuck counter with a right.
Trying to reestablish his superstardom, if you will.
Inside leg kick by Chuck.
Round 1 complete.
Here's the 1-2 by Chuck. Neither one of these punches that we've seen, none of them are landing full force and flush. But that's the first round. These guys got to settle in.
O tempo inteiro não anda para tua esquerda, sacou? Vai para tua direita, foge da mão direita dele. Isso. Faz a mão direita dele.
I would love to hear what John Hackleman is telling Chuck Liddell here.
You got to put your punches together. Okay, circle, put them together. You're pulling your right hand back. You're telegraphing your right hand. Okay, but it's landing. So this time, put your punches together. And when you land a combination, let them go. But you got to keep your chin down. Okay. Chin down, circle. Chin up.
It's got to be an advantage for Chuck to have a guy like Hackleman in his corner that he's been, with since he was a kid.
David Spade amongst the mega celebrities in attendance here tonight, the sold-out Mandalay Bay Event Center. Talk about a huge celebrity. These two both enjoying superstardom as two of the kings of the MMA world. Second round.
All right, the first round feeling out process is over.
Now here's Silva. He comes back with that vicious assault. You can't think that Wanderlei was happy with round one, Joe. And he's going to look to turn up the tempo here in round two.
Well, it was always thought that these exchanges, Wanderlei is such a wild puncher, and he throws looping wide punches. But it was always thought that a straight counter puncher who throws straight punches from a good distance like Chuck would have a good advantage against that. Wanderlei bleeding out of his left ear now.
You almost just sit back and go, this is an unbelievable moment because they're finally going toe-to-toe. Wanderlei Silva, Chuck Liddell. Kicks again. You heard John Hackleman say to start to put some combinations together. Chuck trying to do that.
Wanderlei counter with some nice punches there.
I talked to John Hackleman last night, Joe, and he just said, Chuck is ready.
I'm kind of surprised that Wanderlei's not throwing more kicks.
Wanderlei starting to score here a little bit.
This is basically like a wild boxing match.
Knockout or be knockout.
There you go. There's inside kick by Chuck.
And Wanderlei has not gotten into a clinch situation that we saw so effective against Rampage. There's a kick.
Body kick by Wanderlei.
And again, it's funny, Eddie Bravo shared with me a conversation he had with Liddell way back in 2001. He said, there was one fighter that you would utilize your wrestling skills against. Who would it be? And Chuck said Wanderlei Silva. But that doesn't seem to be the game plan here tonight for Chuck.
Well, you know what? Chuck has become much more confident in his knockout ability. And
oh, Chuck is down, but just for a moment. That's a slip. The crowd reacted, though. Nearing the midway point of this colossal confrontation.
Good
and
body
again
kick
with the
by
body
Wanderlei.
kick, Wanderlei.
Wanderlei constantly pressing Chuck. Nice left hook by Wanderlei.
Wanderlei starting to score, as I mentioned earlier here. Chuck trying to come over the top again, left and right. Chuck's got a little cut over his right eye. Chuck goes down again.
Good right hand before he went down, though.
Wow, the expression in the eyes has just changed on Chuck Liddell, too. He's even gotten more intense, it would appear. Look at the look in the eyes of Chuck Liddell.
Good jab by Chuck.
Good left by Wanderlei.
There's a leg kick.
Chuck still, though, is the one doing the stalking, Joe. Here might be the first time for Wanderlei to utilize the clinch in the knees.
Good left by Chuck.
Chuck pushing forward.
Wild punches. Wanderlei's bleeding.
Chuck is opened up. Wanderlei Silva.
Wow, that is a lot of blood.
And an elbow by Liddell.
Whoa!
No single person is sitting here inside the Mandalay Bay.
Wanderlei is bloody